Hello everyone, this is Cybersmith1 coming at you with another video. Today we will be doing a program with the quadratic formula. If any of you know what the quadratic formula is, it's a formula that helps you find the roots of an equation. And basically the formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac, and it's all over 2a. Okay? So obviously you input a number for a, b, and c, which is what we're going to do in this program. So let's get started. Okay guys, so first, what do we got to do? I'm in Eclipse Neon here to do this program. We've got to import. What do we have to import for this? Well, I'm not going to import right now, but when I need to import, I will show you, okay? So guys, the public class I have is called public class solve quadratic. Alright, open. Public class solve quadratic. Okay, and it made an end for us, that's fine. But I don't need it right now. Actually, I'll just put it and then I'll put it down because I don't want it to get in our way. Okay guys? So here's what we gotta do. First of all, we gotta do the args. Public static void main string args open string, and our output, the output that we're going to use J option here guys, which means that it displays it to the user in a different way, not on the console. String output, we're going to call it output, and it's going to be nothing right now to start, so it's nothing, but we're going to define what the output is after this, but we have to define what it is first. Okay, so right now it's nothing, but the issue is we have to import, for this to actually not be an error, we have to import Java X dot swing dot star, and then this semicolon, and now I forgot to put equals, but basically for string output we have to have Java swing, okay, for the output part of this. Now we're going to define all of our things, including a, b, and c for the formula. Float a equals float dot parse float J option pane dot show input dialog. What does this do? Dialog, yeah. Enter backslash enter a value for a. Okay, and the quotation semicolon at the end. Okay, so that's done. We're gonna copy this, same thing. We're gonna copy this, boom and boom, and then b, and then c. We're gonna change it to c. Enter value for b and c. Got it, guys? Got it? Alright, so we've basically said enter value for a, enter value for b, enter value for c, okay? Now, alright. So you enter those values into the for the program. It's going to show this on the screen in a square, you'll see when I run the program. Now we're going to describe the discriminant. The discriminant, guys, is everything under the square root. So in the case of the quadratic formula, it would be b squared minus 4ac would be under the discriminant. So, and if you have a discriminant that's less than 0 for the quadratic formula, there are no roots for the equation, right guys? I mean, you can look this up online, but if you have a discriminant less than 0, there's going to be no roots for the equation. Discriminant. Okay, so we need to say float because the discriminant could be a decimal equals b times b. You can't say b squared in Java because it doesn't have exponents. Minus 4 times a times c. Does this make sense, guys? So basically, this is the discriminant is everything under the square root, okay? B squared minus 4ac. That's what we have here, okay? Now, if this is less than 0, like I just said, guys, if it's less than 0, we're gonna have no roots. The output plus equals, there are no roots for the equation. Roots for the equation. Got it? And then end it. Okay. Else, yep, we've got to open here before if, guys, just so you know, because we're going to have an else as well. We're going to have to end and then say else if, because if it's equal to 0, we have to have another result. Else if disk is equal to 0, then open. If it's equal to 0, the output is equal output. Doesn't really matter where I put it. Plus equals there is only one root for the equation, and it will show you the root in the answer. One root for the equation. Okay, guys? What's wrong? Oh, that wasn't a semicolon, guys. It has to be a semicolon. Okay. And then we define what that is. Double root 1, we're calling it root 1, equals, okay, negative b, we got to be really specific with our parentheses here, negative b plus math, we're calling on math dot squared because we can't, there's no radical, we can't put a radical here, squared in Java, disk, okay, and then we have got that, and we want that all divided by 2 times a. See how I had to be specific with the parentheses, guys? So negative b plus math square discriminant divided by 2 times a, okay? So basically, if what I'm saying is if the discriminant is equal to 0, the output is going to be 1 root, and it's going to be negative b plus square root of discriminant divided by 2 times a, okay? Output, and then you show the output. You show the answer. Output. So now we're changing the output from nothing to something. Output plus equals, and then I put the equal sign in the parentheses, in the quotations, so it displays the equal sign. Plus root 1. We want root 1 to display. Okay. There's that. Now else, where's else? Else if, wait, no, else, no, not if, we're done with the if, we ended that, we're having another else, and then there are two, if it's not that, that means there's 2 roots for the equation, okay? And then we do the output plus equals quotation \n. There are 2 roots for the equation. Okay? And then end with the semicolon. Correct? Oh, that's not right. Because I need the quotation before. The quotes before. Okay. There are 2 roots for the equation. Now we need to define 2 different double values. Root 1 and root 2. Okay? Double. I'll space it out. Double root 1 equals, then we do the same thing, negative b plus math dot square root. The math has to be capitalized. Square root, because Java is case sensitive. Discriminant. And that's going to be divided by 2 times a, right? Correct? Alright, here, guys. Now root 2, right? What's wrong here? What do we have an issue with? Root 1 needs to be together, right? It's not the same. Okay. Double root 2 is going to be equal to negative b minus, because remember it's plus or minus the quadratic formula, guys. Math dot squared. Wait, that's not capitalized. Squared. Okay. Disk. Good. Divided by. Let's make it the same line. Divided by 2 times a. Correct, guys? Semicolon. Okay, so now we got that. And the output, I'll put it down here. Output plus equals, and we're gonna have root 1 and root 2 displayed. Plus equals in this case. \n on its own line. Root 1. So the \n just kind of puts it on its own line. Do you understand, guys? Root 1 plus, and then you have to put the actual root 1, which is going to be the value. So it's going to say root 1, and then it'll say what it is, plus quotations \n root 2. And then, we want a space so it looks more organized when we put our what it is. Root 2 plus root 2. So root 2, just our real value, which just is, see how it's referring? That's what we're referring to there. It's just going to show that value, okay? Now we end. So we're ending the else. Then we have J option pane, show message dialog. Yep. So this just means it's going to show the output. Whatever the outcome is, it's going to show it. J option pane dot show message dialog. Oh, it's right here. I can just use it. Great. Thank you, Eclipse. Null. You have to put null and then output. That's what you have to do. Okay? So you have to show the message dialog, null output, and then we can end there, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, I don't need that. It doesn't matter. I don't need that one, apparently. That close. I closed this already. So Java's not complaining, which is good. But let's go through it one more time so I can show you before we run the program. So we start off with we import Java Swing because we're going to need it for this. Because if I don't have it, hold on, let's see what happens when I don't have it. Okay, see what becomes wrong when I don't have Java Swing. This all becomes wrong, and this becomes wrong because it doesn't recognize where you're getting it from. But if I get Swing, then it works. So you see what we needed Swing for. Public class solve quadratic, because that's the class name. What am I arguing? Argue the system. Okay. String output equals nothing right now. We're just saying that it exists. There's going to be an output. Okay. Now float A, float B, and float C. We say enter a value for A, B, and C in the show input dialog. Now we get into the actual if and else statements. Okay. We're going to say we define what the discriminant is. We define it. The discriminant is going to be B times B minus 4 times A times C, which is what's under the radical in the quadratic formula. That's the discriminant. If it's less than 0, there's going to be no roots. That's what's going to display to the system. Else, otherwise, which means otherwise, the discriminant is equal 0, which means it's equal to 0. In Java, you have to say equal. Just the way it's done. So if discriminant is equal to 0, there's only one root for the equation, and then you display that root, and that's going to be the plus. If discriminant is 0, use the plus, not the minus 1 of the quadratic. And then you display that root, the root 1, in your answer. Output plus equals root 1. Else means otherwise. There are two roots of the equation, then we state both forms of the quadratic equation with the plus and the minus. Because remember, guys, the quadratic formula can be x equals negative b plus or minus the square root. Yeah. So plus or minus. And then we display that answer, and we reaffirm that we're going to show the output in the message dialog. So let's run the program, guys. As you can see, a little pop-up's going to come. What's the error? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Ah, I see. We didn't need this. I remembered that I put it down there at the beginning of the program, but it's unnecessary. Okay, let me go back. Okay, now we'll run the program, guys. Now we'll run the program. Yay. What's wrong with that one? What does it say it needs? Okay, we need to close. We'll close it. It's fine. Maybe it needs another? No? Alright, whatever. We've closed enough now. Run as Java application. Enter a value for A. I can put whatever value I want. I could put decimals because I used double. Remember, I used float or double. Yeah. Float is smaller than double, but this will be fine. 201. Okay. Value for B 3.34. C 2.012. There are no roots for the equation because the discriminant is less than 0. Let's try bigger numbers. Let's try, I don't know, 6, 8, and 10. There's still no roots for the equation. What are ones where I know there's going to be? 3, 9, 2. Yeah, here we go. We got roots now. Okay, so the roots came out in this case to be negative that and then negative that. They're pretty large numbers, guys. But those are the two roots for that equation. So what if the discriminant is equal 0? That would mean we have to put A and C equal to 0. 0, 0, and C can be, oh yeah, C has to be 0. So there's only one root for the equation, and then the one root would be nothing because I literally defined everything as 0, so it's just nothing. Okay guys, that's the quadratic formula in a Java program. So there's a few things we have to define and state here, but other than that, it's not super complex, but it's definitely not a super basic program. It's not like what you would learn just starting off. So if you found this confusing, please watch my previous videos because they kind of ease into this, you know what I'm saying? But that's it for today. This is the quadratic formula program. I'm Cybersmith1, and I hope you learned something today. Signing off.